Hey, sports fans, welcome back to another edition of Beyond the Sidelines, where we bring you the athlete. Today's guest is Tyler Davis from Missouri Valley, NAIA BSN First Team Preseason All-American. And with me is Kerry Gibbs, BSN correspondent, here to lead off the interview. Gibbs, what do you got for us?
Well, we have a great all-around player with us today. As you said, junior out of Missouri Valley. We got Tyler Davis, TD, as he likes to be called. Defensive back, return man, he does it all. Last year, he had 6 interceptions on top of 7 pass breakups. This guy really caused, the quarterback some fits. He stripped the ball 3 times. He averaged 24.5 yards per kick return, averaged 14 yards per punt return, scored a touchdown there. I mean, he just did everything. A stat sheet filler, as I like to call it.
So you're telling me if they were to inspect the ball after every game, they'd find his fingerprints somewhere on that ball?
Oh, yeah. Somewhere, everywhere on that ball. I mean, he was all over the place last year. Now, Tyler, you started off red hot last season in your first 2 games, where you had a total of 4 interceptions and a punt return for a touchdown. Talk about how important that was for your momentum for the rest of the season.
Well, my redshirt freshman season, I really didn't get to play. I had an injury, a big injury. So I only got to play in 5 games. So getting excited coming into this season, I was just, ready to ball out and ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, and you certainly showed it. I mean, you finished the season top. You had to be up to the tops of the interception category, tops of the pass break category. So I mean, you were, like I said earlier, you were really causing these offenses fits. Now, I also mentioned you were a return man. Would you say you're more effective in the return game or in the secondary?
My opinion, I would have to say I kind of enjoy them both. Being a return man, that's always fun. Yeah. Making defenses look very bad. In the secondary, I always like to cause trouble. I really can't decide which one is better for me, but
that's fair enough.
Which one do you prepare more for?
The secondary. I'm on defense more than I return, so
yeah. So would you say like the return game is something that kind of just comes naturally to you? You're just a gifted athlete to where it's just kind of easier for you than maybe other positions.
We'll say that. We'll
say that.
That's where the training comes in. Everything he's doing in the off season. That's I can tell. I mean, you think about having an injury and having to sit out for those games, and that, I mean, I tell you, that gets your juices pumping when you can't get out there and get it done. So, listening to that, it sounds like you get out there, and when you're about to return the ball, it's just, you know what, you get into that tunnel vision and say, this is my time to shine. I'm going to have fun.
Yeah, got to turn it on.
Yep.
Now, you said you had to sell 5 games in your freshman year. Talk about that. The rehab and everything you did to get back to where you were playing at top rate level.
Yeah, well, I played the first 5 games, and we were at Graceland Field, game 5. Quarterback rolled out of the pocket. He started scrambling, and there was a receiver that came across the back side of the end zone, and the quarterback kind of lobbed the ball up, and I kind of ran back that way and jumped up with the receiver. I broke the pass up, and I landed kind of wrong, and my fibula snapped.
Oh,
jeez.
Yeah, so I was out for the rest of the season. I came back towards the end of the season. I had some good rehab. My trainer, Adam Yabar, he helped me out a lot. Taking me down I actually did rehab at Missouri. I go down there and use their facility to do rehab. They have some things that we don't have.
I would imagine. I can't believe how tough you are to come back towards the end of the season. I mean, I would probably call it quits for a career. I mean, I can't imagine you. That had to be pretty tough for you to come back and play that last game.
Sign of a competitor.
Yeah, exactly. Now,
but I love it again.
Yeah, exactly. Now, last season you had some pretty big games, pretty big wins. In your opinion, and I think I know what your answer is going to be, but I'll ask you anyways. What was your team's biggest win last season?
Yeah, you know it's Mid-America.
Yeah.
Mid-America. Second game of the season. We had first two games were at home. We played McPherson. Never seen them before until this year. And then had another big game, big top 10 game with Mid-America.
Yeah.
We pulled it out 26-21. Big rival game as well. That game was supposed to just, have conference champs, but, everything, football is surprise.
That's why they play the game. Now,
sounds like we got a game of the week coming up, right?
Game of the week. I've already got marked down.
We find one every, we identify one in every show, and that's going to be the game.
Yeah.
Now, looking, I know you hate to look ahead, but looking this season towards Mid-America, what do you expect another close game like that, or how do you think it's going to turn out this year?
Oh no, I'm not expecting any close games.
Yeah.
He's been studying film.
All blowouts.
Hey, they're all right. Hey, that's. I think you're probably the most confident player we've had on the show yet. I mean, I love to hear that confidence. All blowouts. So okay. That's
Offenses take heed. Because TD is not going to be allowing TDs.
I'm just saying, bring it.
I love it.
Now,
next, let me have it.
Now let's talk about more about last season. You guys had a really great year. Went 9-2. You had a couple losses to some very, very good teams. You lost to Benedictine, and you lost in the first round of the playoffs against St. Francis. Both really great teams. With another tough schedule this year in the HHAC. Now, you already answered this question, but how are you preparing mentally?
Mentally, little film here and there, but really, we've got these. It's a few new defensive players that are down here, that's been down here with me this whole summer. We've been going out, running over plays, going to the field, working on things that we didn't do in the past, or steadily getting better on things that we've been working on, Been going 9 o'clock every morning, we go meet with our coach, we do workouts, and we might go over some film and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, I think it's really scary to think you guys are going to be more prepared this year than last year, because last year your defense, only give up 13 points a game. So I would hate to think, what you guys being more prepared than you were last year, what you guys are capable of this season. So,
forget the number one pass defense in the nation.
Number one pass defense in the nation.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Okay, I'll go ahead and mark that down. But and also you guys shut out 3 teams last season. So I mean you guys were as advertised. I mean you have a right to be a little cocky, a little confident. So what's your defense looking like this season?
We have we lost some key players in Richard Wick and Adam Mayer, linebacker. But we got some recruits and some people that we picked up from other schools, JUCOs and whatnot. That they're filling the gaps. We got actually my roommate. He's out there cooking or whatever. Came from the University of Tulsa. Plays. So he'll be down here, my wing man, my strong side, ready.
Kerry, I think you had a great leader going into preseason.
Through his text, he sounded like a pretty good leader, pretty confident. He called himself TD. So, I was really, he's as advertised. Like I said, he's as I expected. And he's definitely, you knocked it right here. He is the leader of this defense and the leader of this team, quite frankly. And it seems like they're reloading this year rather than rebuilding.
Yeah, but you know what? You can reload, but if you got someone like Tyler Davis that's out there in every practice leading the way, I tell you, I'd love to check in during 2 days. And I got to ask you, Tyler, talk about your time in Missouri Valley. What made you choose that school? And maybe more importantly, what did the defensive coordinator do to draw you there? What are some of the things that your defensive coordinator does that gets you fired up, that keeps you confident? Because, like Kerry said, you have this aura about you. I mean, I was a kicker. I want to go play some secondary with you. I want to see what it's like. I mean, I'm getting fired up here just thinking about what your preseason is going to be like.
Well, actually, I was recruited by our offensive line coordinator, our offensive line coach. They were very persistent, you know. Once I got to meet the coaches and everything, I enjoyed them. They're real cool. Came down here. The facility was nice. They just had a history of a winning program. Close to home, so, you know, I could still go see my mom and everything. You know, and I was just ready to go, ready to play. My defensive coordinator, Coach Rowe, he keeps us going. We're running, practice, run, everywhere is running. We do, I hate to say it, his favorite drill is, pursuit drill.
Uh-huh.
Not one of my favorites, but, you know, we got to it. And my coach, Coach Arnold, you know, he keeps us going too. We have our.
It sounds like a perfect fit for you, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
now let me ask you, are your coaches as confident, you know, as outspoken as you are? Or does that just come strictly from you?
It's a couple of them here that are real outspoken. Really outspoken. But, you know, if I got to do a lot of the talking, I don't mind it.
Hey, you got to play to back it up. Now, I got to ask you, you call yourself TD. You scored 1 TD last season. Can we expect more from you this season?
Yeah, you know, I got 1 on punt returns.
Yeah.
I think I had 1 return for a touchdown for of an INT.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really, I'm just scratching the surface. 2 years left.
Yeah,
you got ball.
2 years. I mean, you're only a junior, so I mean, you haven't even reached your peak yet. I would hope not. So, I mean, we gotta expect great things from you from this season and next season, and I'm sure you'll be a BSN All-American come the end of this season, and for a couple more years to come. And speaking of that, what does it mean to you to be named a BSN All-American?
It's an honor. It's a great privilege. Being named All-American in anything is a blessing. Just one step closer to my dream. Getting my foot in the door. Once I get my foot in the door, I'm gonna kick the door down, and I'm running through the house. I'm running all through the house.
Tyler, let me ask you this: is when you're not, killing wide receivers and shutting down quarterbacks on the field, what is your focus in school right now at Missouri Valley? What else are you working on outside of football? Because I've got to assume, while football consumes your life here and you're ready to back it up, I'm sure that you're just as aggressive in the classroom as well.
Major is exercise science, physical therapy, and sports management. Looking into going into personal training if football doesn't work out. Hopefully, that's not the case, but something to lean on to.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's a great major to have in the off season.
Yeah.
Because you will have an off season to work on. And what's better than teaching young athletes, youth in high school and college athletes, how to better themselves, how from nutrition to speed to training. I got to tell you, Kerry, it sounds like Tyler has got a plan, on and off the field, and that's great to see. It makes it fun to watch. And Tyler, I just, on behalf of BSN, I want to wish you the best of luck this year. We're definitely going to be following you. We'll be looking forward to your updates in bsncollege.com. And, please convey that to the rest of the team.
I'll be here. We will be here.
All right. Thanks, TD.
Appreciate it.